Alrighty guys, welcome back. It is Friday, August 22nd today at the time of recording. I'll probably post this later today as well. Today's video is going to be a little bit longer just because I want to run through probably most of the week and also just August in general and just like a bigger update today. But to start us off, we lost our funded yesterday. It's rough, it sucks, but also I'm going into this video with like zero script. All my videos are just winged, so apologies for any like pauses, but yeah, lost our funded this month. Yesterday there was a lot of some uptight emotions this week, especially. I've lost 4 consecutive days this week. On my funded, things were really good, going really well. When I first opened it, when I passed it in less than a week. Got my certificate, and things were going really well. If we go over to July here, we can see what was the day that we opened our account. Looks like July 21st, I believe, was our first trade on the funded. That day we were able to take a small loss. I was saying it was a weird day. Had times with maybe had hard time shorting at all-time highs. This was one of those days where I was still a little bit inexperienced in terms of what my bias should be at all-time highs. We had established that after I took this loss that trading shorts at all-time highs wasn't always the wisest move. So we took a small loss on that day, but from that day, things were really good. We took a $500 win, put us up $250, and then we had a really bad day, minus 1,200. And from this day on the funded, I never took a substantial loss again until this week. We were climbing in the funded account. We were up towards the end of July. We had managed to get up to $2,000, so $52,000 on the funded account, which put us within 1,500 of getting a payout. Normally it would have been less than that, probably $700, because technically you need only 2,600 past the original 2K, or past the original 50K to secure your first payout on Apex 50Ks. However, the issue I had was I had a day that was too large. It fell over the 30% of the safety net, so it was like 38% on this day. I had $1,000 trade, and it was about 38%, so I needed to, I had to do the math, but I needed 53.5 to secure my first payout, which I wasn't really opposed to, because that would just mean my first payout would have been larger anyway. So I was excited. I was making the videos. I think if you guys have been following along, you know how excited I was. I was like, oh, this is the one, this is the time, I'm finally gonna get to my first payout. And then August came around. August 1st was our best day on the account, and then every single trading day past that, except for one day, was either break even or red. yeah, the entire first week of August, we had 4 break-even trades and 1 loss, 1 small loss. So we were keeping it low. Then the second week of August, 3 break-even trades, and then 1 win. Pretty good. I was feeling confident. I was like, okay, we had a rough week last week. In the beginning of this week, this is the turning point, right? This from here on, we'll be able to knock out that extra 1,500, secure the payout, and we'll be cruising. We'll be in a good spot. And then this week came around. I honestly, I don't have like an explicit answer as to why or what is causing August specifically to behave the way that it is. I mean, and mind you, I don't want to make any excuses. I know people are out there thriving right now in August, and maybe they're trading my model. Maybe they're not. I trade inverse fair value gaps, so as you guys know, or if you've been watching probably since the beginning, I don't mention it that often, but I've learned most of my entry model and my process through Dodgy, DD, or Ryan, if you know him by his real name. But it's what makes most sense to me. My confluences typically are at open, you wait for a Judas swing or some sort of a sweep in either direction, sweeping sell side or buy side. Then from there, I look for specifically when we were sweeping, I would like some sort of a higher time frame PD array. 15-minute, even 5-minute sometimes, but preferably 15-minute or 1 hour PD arrays that we're tapping into to either support or resist price in the direction of where I would want to find an entry. So say we swept lows after market open and we're low, we're in discount, that's great. We're bouncing out of a PD array and we have some explosive maneuvers upwards, in which case my entry would require momentum, a good target, a good break-even point, an inverse fair value gap that's as large or larger than around like 5 points. It has to be pretty obvious. If you're taking any sort of inverse fair value gap, just anyone at all, it's not as consistent. So I tried to have like relatively the same size and the same looking inverse fair value gaps as my entry point. And yeah, that's how I've traded for a long time. I've traded that way for a long time, and although I don't have it down perfectly, I've seen success with it. Obviously, I mean, you can't just pass an eval and not know what you're doing. You can't just have consistent green days and not know what you're doing. My biggest downfall in general has been psychology. I take a loss. I put a lot of pressure on myself as an individual, both just in my normal life, but also like in my future self. Like my dreams and aspirations are quite large. It might sound corny. I don't really give a fuck. But I want to be just that one guy in the family or one guy in the friend group or wherever I go that I can have my own established self-built confidence and wisdom. And for me, I see that potential through trading. So when I take a loss, it hits me pretty hard, it honestly does. And that's why my biggest struggle throughout my entire trading career has been knowing how to take a loss. And down at the beginning of my journey, you can see like the psychology and confidence in the market was definitely affecting me. This was about halfway through my journey, so 6 months, 7 months in, 5 months in, this was how it all kind of started, with prop firms. And like when I have bad days, they usually coagulate together. You can see negative 300, minus 130, and then minus 1,000. Like this third day, I probably took a really small loss initially, and then I just revenge traded because I was so upset at the idea that I was putting myself further behind than I already was, you know? And you guys, I'm sure everyone here, if you're watching these videos, you're watching them probably for a similar reason. You know, we all are looking for the same thing. We all want the same thing out of this. We want money and freedom. And depending on what type of person you are, what your personality is, we all have some sort of self-precedented pressure that we've put on ourselves. And for me, it's like, it's quite heavy. You know, I have a lot of goals that I feel behind on. I just graduated university. I did really well, but I can't really find a job with my major. I'm a graphic design major, and even despite that, I'm not really even confident in the fact that I have the degree. Like yeah, I have the degree, but I'm not confident as a graphic designer, nor do I really see myself doing that, let alone anything else. So I don't know. Like, I have other things going for me. My life is great. I have good relationship with all the people I care about. I have a steady job right now, and I have an amazing partner. I have really nothing to complain about other than this. You know, like, and so for me, what I guess my point is here is there's a lot of pressure for me to make this work. I have, like I was saying, my dreams. I want to be, like, I'm just gonna say, I want to be rich. I want to be rich. I want to be free. I want to be wealthy. I want to be so well off that I can provide and care for everyone that I care about or that needs it, and I won't even have to worry about it. You know, that is my motivation and that is my why. You know, I grew up in a really supportive family, but also we've had our own issues, and not everyone is, you know, fucking rich as balls. So it would just mean the world to me to be the type of person that is required to be able to pay everyone back for what they've done for me. And I know it's not my responsibility, but that is my goal in life. And I carry that with me every day through every action that I do. So when I take a loss, especially on a funded, you know, fresh funded, my first funded ever, or even on paper trade, sometimes like I would take a loss before I even started paper or funded accounts. I would take a loss on paper trade, and I would think to myself like, I fucking, like, I'm not gonna be able to do any of this shit. And it just like, it just adds pressure every loss because I feel that much further behind. I'm like, well, if I'm not winning consecutively, like, I'm just delaying the potential that I have. And that's like my biggest psychological weakness, is dealing with the fact that this is gonna take time. This is gonna take time, and all the losses are meant to be lessons. And I've tried my absolute hardest to stay objective, you know. And I think that's one of the most important things you can do. I see, you know, another issue is comparison. I really struggle with comparing myself to the people who have been doing this for years, you know. Just because they're younger than me, that doesn't mean that they don't have more experience. And taking all the, like, the social media stuff, the mentor stuff, like, I see people who don't know jack shit about the market. They buy a mentorship because they're like, oh, I'll learn from this guy and I'll get rich really fast. And you know what? They do make money. They make money faster than, I haven't seen a single return of interest, ROI, whatever you want to call it. I haven't seen any money come back to me from this. I put hundreds of dollars into this stuff, you know, just through subscriptions or fundeds. Um, but I haven't paid for a single mentorship. Um, and one of my issues with that is I don't want to be like, I see people say it a lot in this space. I don't want to pay for my fish. I don't want to pay to buy fish. I want to learn and pay to learn how to fish so I can provide the fish for myself. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to, and I'm not dissing the idea of mentors, because I do know that it's really helpful. Obviously, I mean, people, there's a reason that it's a thing. Those mentorships are a thing, and there's a reason that they succeed doing that, because people learn and they see results quicker than anyone would just doing this stuff by themselves like I have. But I don't know, maybe it's an ego thing, but I don't want to pay to see results. I want to invest my time and my efforts individually. Yeah, I'm learning from other people through free content, and I'm in a comfortable spot. I have good market analysis. All of these trades this week, I was correct on the target and I was correct on the bias. The only thing causing me to lose was simply the inexperience to know when to stop trading. Again, this week I struggled psychologically. You know, I think, let's check. Monday, I have it marked as two trades here, but I guarantee you I took more than that. Revenge trading. This day, revenge trading. This was a very small loss initially, and then what did I do? I tried to re-enter, trade more. And that's just such a hard pill for me to swallow, is just the fact that I was technically right, which I'm happy about, except I still took a loss because I was trading. And that it all plays into just the pressure I have on myself with, I need to, get this done now. I need to get this much in this week done now, or else, this is going to take me forever. I'm never going to make it. That is just the stuff that goes through my mind. And it's tough to deal with. It's really tough to deal with. But all in all, I know how to trade. I'm confident in my trading. And I'm glad to be in a spot now where I can still maintain my confidence. Like, even though I just lost my funded, the one thing, I was so close to my payout, like the one thing that I needed to actually secure profits, I just lost on a 4-day losing streak. And I still have confidence in myself. And I feel like that's a big step, big move forward for me. Now, statistically, if we go through all these trades, which I'm not going to do, but if we go through literally every loss I've ever taken, almost, I would probably say 70% or 60% of them, after that loss, I tried another trade. And that's bad. I mean, it's fixable, though. And yeah, I don't know. It's rough, but I know how to trade, and I'm not gonna stop. Ain't no way I'm gonna stop, because I still need to reach my goals somehow. And I know trading is the gateway to that for me. And I'm gonna do it. I believe I can do it. I just need to trust my rules more, and especially losing rules. If I take a loss, just get off. Like, sometimes You know, sometimes I would take a loss and then I'd have an amazing trade after, and I'd be like, oh, maybe it is worth it to stick around and try to find something else. But you know what? Those times, those happen so much fewer than, when I stick around and just keep losing. So I think that is my biggest problem. So that's that. Back to this week, and just August in general. I think this is a invaluable learning experience. If we take all of August and take it into account, yeah, I had one winning day, but every other day, other than that one day, let's say we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 trading days that I've traded in the month of August. Minus the first day, because that was like the very end of July. But out of those 14 days, I have won once. Out of those 14 days, I have lost 5 times. So that's 6 trades. And then that leaves how much? 8 trading days. So I had, oh wait, that's wrong. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I had 7 break-even days. This day I'm kind of just like voiding because it was only a $70 win. I mean, I guess you could count it if you wanted, but it really didn't affect that count. But so out of those 13 days, 1 win, 5 losses, and 7 break-even days. I think that means something, And I've been seeing a lot in the space, the trading space. People have been talking about how, like, just bad PA is, and I've been saying the same thing. The market's been really weird. August, apparently, I've been reading, is notoriously bad. Probably September as well. So, taking that into account for the future, around this time of the year, now I know size down, risk less, and if things aren't going good, stop trading. And I think that's such a valuable thing, Once you have a funded account, you pay the activation fee one time. You'll never lose the account if you just stop trading, So, and there might be some rules with some prop firms, I don't even know. Like, maybe you need to take a trade a month, like 1 trade, and that's fine. If you take 1 trade a month and you're risking, proper amounts, you're gonna be fine. Like, you're not gonna lose the account. It's fine. So from now on, like, I think this is such a valuable experience for me, and I think it's not a wake-up call, but I do think it's like a smack in the face, like, hey, this happens. Like, I can't just ignore the fact that there are going to be times of the year where the market is harder. It's going to be a lot harder and a lot less probable for me. Just the style I trade, There's a lot of people who are thriving in markets like this, but that doesn't apply to me because I'm not looking for it, and I'm not seeing the same things that they are. So we're taking different things entirely. I can't compare myself to them and be like, oh, I fucking suck, Oh, I'm the worst trader ever because look at all these other people making thousands and thousands of dollars in one of my worst months. And that is going to just cause me to dig an even deeper hole for myself in the future if I just continue to do that. I just need to stay in my own lane, So, yeah. That is pretty much what I wanted to talk about. Oh, I'm not going to take a trade. I'll check the market maybe once or twice a day, but I'm going to take a break for a little bit, so I won't be posting. I'm gonna take a break for about maybe 2 weeks. I'm gonna, yeah, the break is gonna go into September, and then I'm gonna see what the market's doing in September, and then from there, if when I start trading again, I will start making videos. Maybe I haven't decided yet, but maybe in September I'll try to figure out how to do like some YouTube live streams, just to like talk if anybody's in there, but just so that I can get back in to the flow of the market, come back into an understanding of what it's doing, how it's behaving, and then from there I will decide when I want to like really start trading again. It's not gonna be a super long break, just a couple weeks. Yes, I'm gonna keep pursuing this. I'm not gonna stop. When I come back, I'll probably paper trade for like a week, and then from there I'll decide, if I want to purchase another account, and we'll go from there. But anyways, this was the final day for me. I took this inverse here, this big inverse fair value gap here. We had come up in pre-market, bounced down at open, swept some lows, back up, bounced out of this 15-minute, all the way down, swept more lows. So at this point there wasn't like any major lows here, and we were bouncing out of a 15-minute, which is exactly what I'm looking for. And I believe we had an SMT. I could be wrong, but if I remember correctly, we had an SMT down here, which is like perfect confluence for me. And we had so much momentum upwards. Like if you see, boom, this candle alone is like 20 points. And we inversed it in 3 candles. And this whole zone, this inverse value gap here, this was probably like a 25, 30 point, maybe 20 points zone. And it takes a lot of momentum to inverse something like that. And this, I also was risk down. I was at half size, so I was usually trade 1 mini. I was at 5 micros, and price ended up coming all the way down, stopping me out, and I think we swept this low one more time, and then we had a good trade. But any other day, like if this happened in July, this exact thing, I can almost promise you that with the higher time frame, low resistance liquidity we had resting up here, and we had equal highs, this would have been an absolute banger of a trade. I can even go and try to find something similar. Let's see, what do we got? See? Literally, like, almost the exact same trade here. Low resistance, higher time for liquidity. Chop, chop, chop pre-market. Judas swing, up, down. SMT at the lows, swept all sell side, bouncing out of a 15-minute. Inverse, first presented in this case, but still inverse, probably like a... I mean, how many points was this? I didn't leave any... I must have forgot to push enter. But, probably like 10, 15 point fair value gap here. Inversed it, entered, got close to stop loss, and then we just pumped straight up. And this is like almost the exact same trade, the only difference in this is we were a little bit, I guess we were around the same. Let's see. Yeah, the hourly was about halfway. So like on the hourly, this whole wick counts as a potential reversal. This is what I look for, because you want to see the top side of this wick get filled. You don't want to come back down here. It's, I mean, I don't know. And we had like good news that day. I don't know. But yeah, that's the trade I lost my account on. My opinion, it was a good trade. It was a A+ trade. maybe an A trade, just because, let's see. No, we had a good break-even point. So I don't know. I really don't know. Just a lot of like high resistance, seek and destroy type price action going on. And for like inverse fair value gap traders, that shit sucks. Obviously. So yeah. That's that, guys. I appreciate you watching. If you stuck through this whole video, I know it's a longer one, but I think I kind of needed to talk about this stuff and just like kind of lay it all out there and hear myself say it. It just helps me put things into action a little bit more, put things into perspective. And my hair's still a little bit wet, just took a shower. But yeah, I appreciate you guys. We're slowly growing this account. I'm excited. At some point in the future, I do plan on making like a little bit of a community. We'll see how far that goes, but thanks for watching. I appreciate it, and I hope you guys are having a good month. And this is just kind of a reminder to myself and to whoever's watching. Be thankful for where you are in the journey. This shit is just inevitable, you know, unless you have someone holding your hand telling you not to do what you would have done wrong by yourself. This shit, you gotta take it objectively and learn from it and grow, and you will see success. Believe in yourself. Be delusional. I don't give a fuck that I lost my account. I don't give a fuck, because you know what? I'm gonna come back and fight whatever adversaries I might have, and I'm gonna beat them. And we're gonna reach our goals, guys, together. Okay? I believe in you. I believe in myself. Nothing can stop us. All right? Just put your mind to it. Keep your head down. It'll come, all in due time. All right? We're gonna look back at this video a couple years. Things are gonna be different. All right. Peace out, guys. Thanks again. Take it easy. I will see you in a couple weeks.